I'm gonna have you come over here and check out this JVC I have. But the JVC
Okay.
looks like, I'm gonna say it looks like a giant OLED on the wall. Like the black levels are so good on this thing, especially coming from the Sony. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to knock Sony for the black levels, but the JVC is definitely on a different level, especially in the fade to blacks. It looks like the screen's not even on. Like it gets so black,
Wow.
and the contrast is just way better too.
What's the price
Spoiler
on
alert!
that?
I'm trying to ruin. I don't want to ruin my review, but black levels are just it's just like spot on. I love it. And plus, and here's the thing with projectors. I know for the display geeks out there and all the TV gurus and all that, they're like, since projectors, do have a hard time producing, extremely bright images like a television can. HDR typically could suffer, especially on like if you're watching like a DLP projector where black levels aren't that good. So you might be clipping a little bit of detail in the whites, or maybe the blacks are going to be more grayish. You can't resolve that much black detail. But JVC just recently updated their projectors, their 4K projectors, with this adaptive frame-by-frame HDR optimizer, basically, and it does wonders for at least for this projector. It does awesome job. I think who does it? The LG has it as well. So almost kind of like what Dolby Vision does on a frame-by-frame basis, how it optimizes like the black levels and the whites. The JVCs now do that too. So now, where on the Sony projectors, you would really have to like manually adjust. You'll have to find like a midpoint between clipping your whites and like crushing your blacks. You'd have to find a middle ground. Whereas the JVC kind of just does it on the fly. So that's maybe a huge positive thing in the world of projectors, a positive benefit that you'll see when people are kind of debating whether or not projectors are going to give you that extra detail for peak brightness and black levels, which was kind of a big thing. I feel that's why JVC came up with this new technology of theirs. I think that really kind of closes the gap now, which is why I think when I was watching the JVC, I was like, wow, this literally kind of looks like a gigantic OLED at 120 inches on my wall.